Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'd like to stick with our topic on coffee that we started a couple of days ago. Today I'd like to show you the traditional Vietnamese method of making coffee using their little metal coffee maker. I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but it's a little stainless steel cup that has some holes in the bottom. And it's got a little press that sits on top that goes inside. Then it has a little base that also has holes that sits on top of your cup. And then finally it has a little top to keep the heat in while it brews. And I found this on eBay. It was not very expensive at all. And it makes a very good cup of coffee. I'd like to recommend it. This is something you can do out on the hiking trail too. Now, I bought some traditional coffee, and I had to do a little research because I'm not a real fancy guy. I don't really know how to speak Vietnamese, but I believe this is pronounced Trung Nguyen. Trung Nguyen. And it actually makes a very good cup of coffee. Now, this will work with any type of a ground, kind of a what I would say a large ground type coffee. The smaller grounds have a tendency to make their way through these small holes. So if it has a larger ground like this coffee from Vietnam has, I think you'd be fine with using it. There's also a traditional method that they sweeten and put milk, and they use the sweetened condensed milk. And I found that this is absolutely a wonderful way to do it. Okay, we'll go ahead and put that in. And this is something that you may want to use at the house. I don't know if you'd want to carry all this out on the trail, but you could certainly do that if you wanted to. I'll go ahead and set this off to the side. And I'll show you how I do this. I'll go ahead and put the base on. Just set that on your coffee cup. Set your little container up top. And I use about a rounded tablespoon of this coffee. Let's see if I can show you what the ground or the grind of the coffee it's kind of coarse. I go ahead and set that inside, and I spread it out a little bit. Don't compact it down too much. If you do, it'll have a problem letting the water filter through the coffee. Okay. What we'll do now is we'll go ahead and set this little press part down in, just kind of lay it in there, and then turn it slightly, and what that does levels out the coffee a little bit. We'll go ahead and level that out, and once we get the water in it, we'll put the top on it. All right, what we're going to do now, we're all ready now to go ahead and put in your hot water. Now, you can do this any way you want to. If you're out on the trail, of course, you can use a backpack stove. Heat up your cup of water. Probably about 6-7 ounces of water is what you'll be using in this. I'm going to go in the house and cheat. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video now, and I'm going to go in and heat up some water in the microwave. So don't tell anybody. We're not out on the trail, but we're going to cheat. But what we'll do is I'll be right back, and I'll show you how to continue making a great cup of coffee. So stick around. Okay guys, we're back. I've got a cup of very hot coffee that I just brought out from the microwave. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do now. What you want to do is take and pour about 1/4 inch worth of coffee in, and I'm spilling it. And let it sit for 20 seconds. They say they're very serious about letting it sit for 20 seconds. And I think what you're doing is you're allowing that coffee, there's probably about 1/4 inch worth of coffee underneath the press. you're letting that water saturate completely, and before you pour in the entire press worth, you'll want to have it saturated so you'll have a good brew going. So at this point in time, all the water is down. It's been about 20 seconds, and we'll go ahead and we'll pour in the rest. And what we're going to do is go ahead and pour it all the way to the brim, and we're going to go ahead and put the top on because that's hot, and that's going to start brewing the coffee. And it makes a really good cup of coffee. It's a little bit different. This Trung Nguyen is a little bit different flavor than what you might be accustomed to, but Maxwell House, Starbucks coffees, any of them will work. Just those that are a little bit coarser grind is what they recommend. What you'll want to look for here on eBay is a Vietnamese coffee press or a Vietnamese coffee filter, Vietnamese Coffee Maker, or whatever. That's kind of what I look for. And you'll let that set for about 5 minutes. And so I'll look at my clock here on my smartphone. So let's see. We'll go for a few more minutes, and what I'll do is talk a little bit about my neck knife while we're letting that brew. I just got in a new knife today. This is the Cold Steel. It's the Mini-Tac. The Mini-Tac. And let me tell you, this thing is sharp as a razor. And it was about 25 bucks on eBay. It was not very expensive. But as you can see, it's really got that flared tip. I don't really know what design you call this. It's got a little thumb point here. You guys that know more about knives than I do, you know all these technical names. And it comes with a real nice Kydex sheath that really snaps in tight into it, and it's got a little chain that goes around your neck. What I'm probably going to do is put some paracord across this, some of the 275 paracord, and then extend it up and have that as a paracord neck chain instead of this metal chain. This metal chain will work fine. But this, I think, says it's made in Taiwan, and I'm telling you, I love it. It's a great little neck knife. I've got a few other neck knives, but I like this small. It's very lightweight. Snaps in nicely here. Yeah, I guess you could have heard that. All right, that's a little bit of information about my neck knife here. Cold Steel makes it. About 25 bucks on eBay. And what we'll do is we'll pause for a moment and let this continue to brew. It looks like it's up to about this level, so we've got a little bit more to go, and we'll be right back and we'll finish up this great cup of coffee. Okay guys, we're back. It's been about 5 minutes, and let's go ahead and check and see if all the water is down. Oh yes, you can see that steam coming off. What we'll do now is we'll go ahead and I'll show you what we'll do. We'll set the top or the lid down upside down, and you can take this entire thing and set it over in it, and it won't if there's any additional water or coffee coming out, it'll catch it, and you can always take that top and pour it over in here if any more does come through, but I think that's pretty much about it. And remember, we went ahead and put the sweetened condensed milk down inside already, so we'll give it a good mix. And excellent coffee. This makes an excellent brew of coffee for one person. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put my spork down on top of my watermelon pot holder. How you like that? That's an antique, by the way. Let's give it a try, the old try. Wow, that is delicious. Oh man. That's good. Trung Nguyen makes a great cup of coffee. You can do it in the house, you can do it on the trail, just do it at work, just about anywhere, as long as you've got a way of heating up your water. And so we did it the cheater way. We did it in the microwave today. But anyway, I do want to remind you that I do have another video that I made on trail coffee using the Keurig cups. And what I'll do is I'll provide a link down below for that. It's a very interesting way of making some coffee without anything other than just a backpacker pot. And of course you've got to have fire or some way of heating it up. But that's a perfect way of making coffee out on the trail. You don't have to carry anything except 1 or 2 little Keurig cups and whatever condiments you want. So anyway, folks, that about wraps it up for this video. I hope you've learned some stuff. Appreciate you stopping by. I want to thank all of the new subscribers that I've got. Appreciate you coming on board. I'd like to invite all of you to check back again soon. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And as always, folks, take care. Oh, that's good.